Well, hello again and welcome back. This will be the last actual one in the series. I will be doing another little video afterwards, just a result of the MOT, which I'm hoping is going to be about a week's time, week tomorrow. And we're just going to finish off the front panels, and then tomorrow I'm going to try and do the wheel and tidy up under that front suspension area. And that'll be it. So the next video will be hopefully the MOT, hopefully passing, and maybe the trip over there, and then I'll be explaining what's happening with the future videos after this one. So come and see how I've got on. Well, I was just about to start doing this panel outside, and of course it's chucking it down with rain. So I'm just going to briefly show you what I've done. I'm going to get on through the week and do a little bit with this. I've taken out you can see the headlights been taken out of that unit, and this is all very dull and flat. This area here is not bad. It will need a bit of a polish, but I'm going to leave that as it was, or is, and then I'll just be masking up this area here, so that won't need painting, and then all the faded side panels, as you can see, will be sanded down and we'll repaint those. Now at the bottom of the panel, we had quite a big crack here, and what I've done, I've plastic welded that with the cross stitch method, if that's the right term, and I've ground that down again now, and I'll tidy it up a bit more, and then I'll fill that with some plastic filler. And also this tab here, the opposite side, was missing. Looks a bit of a mess at the moment. I put a black bit of plastic in there, and I've built it up with fiberglass, which has made it strong. So I'm going to try and grind that into the same shape as that and sand it back, and then I'll fill that as well, and hopefully that will make that look a lot better than having that little tab missing at the end. So once it stops raining, I'm going to get on and do a little bit of sanding this back, and just so you can see what I've been doing, and we will move on. As I showed you earlier, this little tab here was missing on this side. I wasn't quite sure how I was going to do it. I was going to try and plastic weld it, but in the end I used a bit of plastic, and then used some fiberglass and went over with the resin, peeled the plastic back, filled it, and now that seems to be pretty tough. The deep crack down there was also plastic welded, and then that's now been filled, and I've just gone over one or two little coats of paint here, which, touch wood, and hopefully this will fit in okay when we put it back on. But I'll show you what we've got to do today. Well, the weather's quite nice today, but it's about 1 or 2 degrees, which is not ideal for painting. But yesterday I went over and I've sanded back all these panels now, the panels all around the side. I've masked it up, as I mentioned before. I'm going to keep that as original as possible inside. So I'm going to give this a panel wipe, and then we'll start getting some primer on. But I'm going to have to warm this plastic up a little bit. I think this is the trouble I'm having with painting at the moment. It's the weather, too cold or too damp. So I'm going to warm this up with a hairdryer, and also warm the paint up, and then we'll go ahead and give this a coat of paint. As I say, it's very cold, the weather at the moment. It's only 1 or 2 degrees, but I've just gone over with the primer now. I've had to heat the plastic up first, the panel, and also heat the paint can up, and I'll go over a little bit more with the hairdryer, get this dried up, and a quick rub down, and then we'll go over with the red, and hopefully we can get this panel done today and start and even finish doing the actual front lid of this panel. Okay, so I've now gone over with the red, and also now the clear coat. So let this dry just a little bit, and then I think I'll have to take that in over the night, let that dry properly overnight, and then I'm just going to do the boot lid. Okay, so here's the lid. It's all been sanded back now. The sticker is gone, and so once I've got rid of that other panel there, I can give this a paint, and that can dry at the same time. and then we'll be ready to start putting that back onto the bike. Well, here we are back again now. Next morning, it's now about 2 degrees, so it's freezing cold. But took the paintwork inside last night and it's dried off quite nicely. All I need to do really, is I've still got quite a nice shine. I will go through after about a month and give this use a rubbing compound and just bring that up to a better shine. But it's actually nice. I'm quite pleased with it. I've just put in these 2 bolts temporary on here now. This is that holds the hinges on for the lid. But obviously before that I'm just going to connect up all the wiring, and I'll do that, and then hopefully we can get this back on and get the lid on. So I'll be back once I've connected the wiring up. We'll do a quick test before we try and get it back on. Well, finally back with you again. It's taken quite a while trying to get the cabling out of the way because I had trouble getting this bolt in, but we're finally there. The 6 screws are in at for the leg area, and now it's just the final bit of getting this on. So hopefully this will be the last stage. Of course, this is going to be easier said than done. Yes, thank you. Okay. So bear with me whilst I get this other bolt in, and we'll come back to the final stage. Well, I finally got these hinges on, and then I found that I did notice this when I first got it, that there was a slight gap along this side, slightly, but it could be to do with that panel being broken, but that's now repaired. When I put this back on again, it's still slightly twisted. So what I've actually done, I've put some extra washers in there, packed them out, which has actually brought that round now, and that's closing nicely. So I've just given these little bumper things a quick wash and clean. I'll go over with some ACF 50 to blacken them off in a minute, and so we can get that on, which will be the finishing touch for this. And hopefully we'll get them on, and I'll get the bottom bit put on in a minute. Just get those on for now, give those a quick acetone, and come back to you in a couple of minutes. So there we go. I've just blackened them up slightly with some ACF 50, Texas rubber as well, and so we'll go for one more start. I did test these before I put that panel back on, but no, my luck, they won't work. But we'll give it a go and just hope everything works. I'll find the keys. Here we go. That's the parking light, normal driving light, and then we've got main beam, low beam, indicators. Yeah, all working again. Yeah, and the horn. Yeah. So there we go. Okay, so we have a last look around it. That's the little bit there that was, I noticed when I first bought it, there was a little gap there, and that was where that little panel had snapped, the little tab at the end there, which has now been done with fiberglass. The crack down there as well was filled and plastic welded, so that actually finished that off quite nicely. And just show you around a bit more. Right, all I've got left now, I'll probably do it tomorrow. You don't want to see me struggling with a wheel again and getting a tyre on, so I'll be taking that off tomorrow, sanding that down and powder coating that, checking the front brakes, although they are very good, they feel okay, and clean up all the suspension area under there, and let me just show you around the rest of it. As you know, we've done the back. One thing I will do in a minute, I've still got that mud guard to go on in there. That's easy enough. I'll just take that off and screw that back on. And also what I will do in time as I go along over the weeks of the winter, things like these switches, obviously faded, that red one. So I'll probably take them out and somehow clean them up and paint them, bring them up to scratch. As you can see, it's very 80s dashboard on it. It's a very 80s model. The wife thinks it looks like a disabled vehicle. It does to a point, I suppose, but it also looks very space age, very 1980s. That's it for the Honda Stream. Jenny and I hope that you did enjoy watching this one. She's pleased it's finished, and what I will do, I'll do a short video probably next week early, see how we got on with the MOT. I've got it insured in a couple of days time, so after that I will try and get it MOT'd and taxed, and I will come back, also show you I've got a little project to do with this mobilette. I'll show you that on the next video, and what I'll be doing through the winter months, as it's not ideal for painting at the moment. So thank you very much for watching this series. I hope you do enjoy it, or did enjoy it, and from Jenny and myself, we wish you a very pleasant day. Goodbye for now. Thank you.